This episode of the Old Dogs REI Network is brought to you by Mino Studio. Mino Studio is a pre- and post-production facility for all of your audio needs. Mino Studio's founder is an accredited audio engineer with top 40 and indie album credits. With over 30 years of music industry experience, Mino Studio can take your podcast from idea to reality. Contact Mino Studio at minostudio777@gmail.com for more information. That's minostudio777@gmail.com. Welcome to the Old Dogs REI Network, where cash flow is king. Real estate investing, the means, so you can enjoy your retirement dreams. This is the show where we cut right to the chase. No sales pitch, no long monologues, just simple how-to real estate investing advice. So you can earn the passive income you need to enjoy your retirement today. And now, your host and chief old dog, Bill Manassero.
Hello, old dogs, and welcome to our very first Fun Facts Friday. And normally there'll be a little jingle there that'll go, Fun Facts Friday, or something like that, but it won't be me, so be thankful. Anyway, so Fun Facts Friday, just to tell you a little bit about what it's about. It's an informal, but hopefully fact-filled special podcast. Wow, that's a fact-filled Fun Fact Friday. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, enough of this. Anyway, on Fridays, we'll have a special episode, and it'll not feature any guests at all. And I'll just be sharing tricks, tips, techniques, things that will help you in your real estate endeavors. And I will address, just one topic at a time, and it'll probably not go more than 5 or 10 minutes. We'll see how this goes, okay? The idea is to provide you with easy to digest, bite-sized portions of information, facts, terms, ideas, and even inspiration to help move you forward on your real estate investing endeavors. Some of the topics I will cover, for example, today's is about how to get started in real estate investing. Others may be how to determine an emerging market, or a definition of terms like what is cap rate and why is it important. I'll also share my true to life experiences, good, bad, and the ugly, on my personal journey to acquire 1,000 units in 6 years. Those are just some of the things that we're going to cover in these special Friday episodes. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And let's start with today's. How to get started in real estate investing. I know this seems like a topic that'll be a little hard to cover in 5 to 10 minutes, but I'm going to try to break it down into 4 main action areas. 1, education. Number 2, mentorship. Number 3, planning. And number 4, action. Education being of very critical importance. The more you know, the more effective you're going to be, and less likely you are to make any major mistakes. We all make mistakes, plan on it, we do it. Even the best of the best have made mistakes. That's just part of what we do. And it's also part of the learning process. That's a big part of the education. So, educate yourself as best as you can. The things I'm going to focus in here to help you get educated is free stuff. There's a lot of things you can buy. There's programs out there. There's seminars and tons of books and things like that cost a lot of money. But I'm going to try to show you how you can do this for low or no cost. First thing, the public library, one of the greatest places you can go to find things and information. A lot of people forget they even exist, but they do, and there's a lot of good real estate investing books in your public library. Go check it out. Some of the books that you might want to get, I outline in my website, olddogsreinetwork.com, some of the books that I would recommend. The first book, for anybody getting started, I recommend Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's not so much a book on how to do real estate investing, but I think it's really important for the mindset. And I think it's well worth reading and trying to understand how investors think differently about things, especially assets. There's other books in there as well that'll talk about specifics, how to find properties, how to figure out financially whether a property makes sense or not to invest in, and a lot of other things. So that'd be a great place to get started. Another very good resource is biggerpockets.com. BiggerPockets is fantastic. It's free. You can go there. There are tons of articles and blogs and information and webinars and videos. I mean, on and on that you can find out about real estate investing absolutely free. They do have a service where you can be a pro member. You pay more, but you don't have to do that, and it can be totally free. So that's a really, really good resource. Ebooks. You can get ebooks. Again, just doing searches for ebooks on real estate investing. If you're going to do this, I would recommend getting a cheap printer. They go for like $40 or whatever. You can get a laser printer where you can print volumes of stuff. I'd print both sides of the pages, and I'd start printing up these ebooks as you start to collect them, and use those as your own, private little library there. It's a great resource. Searching for blogs and articles online, audiobooks, special reports, podcasts are totally free, and there's a ton of great real estate investing podcasts. Of course, Old Dog's REI Network is one of the best I know about. No, just kidding. Okay, but anyway, there are some great podcasts you want to get plugged into. YouTube is fantastic for real estate investing. Again, keep in mind, anytime you're going to get something free, there's going to be something tied to it. And there are going to be people selling you things. And not that it's bad. These guys are just trying to make a living and so forth. But you can spend a lot of money on this stuff. And before you know it, you realize you don't have any money to invest anymore in real estate. So just be cautious, okay? You can attend webinars, as I mentioned, seminars. There's a lot of free seminars out there. And again, if they're free, there's going to be something tied to it. Somebody's going to try and sell you something, but you can still learn a lot in these seminars. And some of them are packed full of information, and they're no cost whatsoever. Start researching properties. Once you get a feel for it, you start getting online, researching, looking at the various, whether it's Realtor.com or one of the other resources that list properties for sale, and start plugging in the numbers. Start looking like a buyer. Number 2, mentorship. That's a really, really key one. You don't want to be in this alone. You want to have somebody with more experience that can work with you and can help direct you and guide you and help you, again, to prevent you from making the big mistakes. We're all going to make the mistakes, but you can make maybe smaller mistakes if you have a good mentor. How do you find a mentor? First thing you do, make some business cards. Even if you're not setting up an official business or corporation, get some cards that say Joe Smith and underneath your name, real estate investor, and your contact information. And also start getting familiar with how you're going to tell people what you're doing. Well, I'm looking for this type of property, and be able to define what we call the elevator pitch, where you can in the time it would take to take an elevator from the bottom to the top of the building, be able to present what it is you're doing. Start attending REIA meetings, Real Estate Investor Association meetings. There's also a lot of meetups. Go to meetups.com, meetups.com. A lot of great meetup meetings all around that are specifically geared toward real estate investing. Go to these places, meet people. You can even go to Kiwanis or Lions Club or any of these service organizations too. But as you get out there and you start networking, you're going to start to meet people that are successful real estate investors, and these are people that might be able to mentor you. Don't be afraid to ask them, hey, could I meet with you once a week and you could help me with this? You may even meet somebody who's a real estate investor where you can say, look, I'd be willing to volunteer in your office for 4 hours a week or 10 hours a week, and just so that I can learn real estate investing. Would you let me do that in exchange for you teaching me? So that's just a really, really good one. You can also pay for a mentor, but I'm trying to get away from having to spend all your money on these things that you don't have to necessarily, because gurus, some of them can charge $20,000 for a mentorship, and it gets really crazy after a while. The next thing is to make a plan. Write down what it is you want to do. Well, I want to increase my cash flow $1,000 a month, for example. And if you want to do that, let's spell out how it's going to work. Well, I'll probably have to get at least 3 properties where I will have, after expenses, $300 a month in income. Or I'm going to buy an apartment, and with that, I expect to have X number, and start outlining what it is you're going to do. Are you going to buy houses? Are you going to buy apartments? Are you going to invest in deeds? There's a lot of different options for you in real estate investing. So zero in what you want to do. Where's my money going to come from? How am I going to buy things? Or am I going to go in totally for no money down? And some people do. Some people start off completely that way. There may be people featured on our podcast that have started off with $0 and started out. So map it out in your plan. And the final step here is just do it. Action. Take action. And that is sometimes the hardest part, and we all encounter it. Everybody I know that's been in real estate investing, making that first step is the hardest. But that's the one where you're really going to learn. So it's not until you buy that property and start getting involved with real estate investing and managing an asset like that, that you really start to learn. And that's where you want to grow in that first experience. You learn a lot in that first experience. So the second one is a breeze, and you'll hopefully get over the bumps in that first one. So those are the key things that you need to do to get started in real estate investing. I know I went really fast, went over a lot of stuff, but I want you to start looking at it now. Is it feasible for me to do these things? And it's really not that hard. Just the 4 steps, that's it. And then you can get started. So all I can say right now is start mapping it out, start looking ahead, and take those steps so that you can move to your real estate investing endeavor. Thanks a lot, and God bless.